Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone's having a great day today. Hey, everyone. How you guys doing? Uh... Okay. 1 second here. Also, guys, tomorrow we'll be doing a charity stream, for the Texas flood. So tomorrow, around like 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, I'll do a charity stream. So tomorrow we'll do a charity stream on for that charity campaign that I've linked to the to my Half-Life videos recently. It's 11:07 right now. What game will be streaming? Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then a little bit of a few other games. Okay. My day's going good, Javi. How are you, man? Yeah, I had some fun with Half-Life. It was just a bit confusing. The new one, Kevin. Hello, Lee. Hey, Sean. Will you play that Ready or Not, that tactical SWAT game when it comes to consoles? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. One of the reasons that I'm thinking on maybe is because I heard that there was like a censorship controversy with that game, and normally I really don't like censorship. Yeah, I know they did, Mr. Green. Can somebody tell me in the comments, by the way, what was censored in Ready or Not? Because something was censored and people got really mad. What was it exactly that got censored? Mafia Definitive Edition, Fernando. Is this game getting an update soon? No. That mission pack we got a couple weeks back is like the largest DLC we've gotten in this game in years. Blood was censored? What? Do you think GTA 4 now lists PS4 on the Rockstar support page means anything? Wait, when did that happen? No, actually I haven't. I gotta take a look at the Yakuza Zero cutscenes when I get the chance. The new ones.
Someone out there?
Hey, what do you think you're doing here? Hey, what do you think you're doing here?
Oh, crap.
I'll see you in a hole.
I will, Kevin, yes. Okay, I'll see you, Raymond. Take care, dude.
No good, cocksucker.
Mafia Definitive Edition, Zach.
The hell? Oh, you don't want to be tying me up. Big mistake.
Oh, lost jewelry, okay. I'm taking that. The changes were nudity, gone after a suspect is killed, and child abuse. So like, they're censoring, like, really extreme cases in, like, Ready or Not.
Christ almighty.
Yes, I will, Purity. Probably, Black Ops 2 will probably be in September.
Just go to hell.
The final Half-Life boss tells you the G-Man isn't human. Really, he's not. Oh, right, because he's breathing in the planet, without, like, the suit. Yes, you're right on that, General's Alert. Thank you for the super chat.
You gonna pay rotten for this?
Do I think it's gonna have a PS5 upgrade for Red Dead Redemption 2? If we don't get it by December, we're probably not gonna get it.
Oh, I'm done here.
After the GT Online Sunday stream ended a week or two ago, the ship I spawned in Stormworks rolled over and sank stern first and was later found at its starboard side. Wait, what?
You gonna pay rotten for this?
What are you? What ship? What are you talking about? What ship, Ship Lord? Thank you. The comment, but I'm confused. What ship are you talking about? Thank you for answering my question. Wait, what was your question? Oh, yeah, the PS5 port. Yep. I played Darkness 1, but I never played Darkness 2. Do you think GTA 6 will get delayed again? It's possible, but if GTA 6 gets delayed, it's only gonna happen one more time. It's only gonna happen, it's only gonna get delayed until, fall 2026, but it's not gonna get delayed past that. I can't imagine it going into 2027. Any plans for World War I anniversary on July 28th? Alright, 28th is, that's going to be the 111th anniversary of the start of World War I. Why are you ignoring my comments? I'm not ignoring your comments, Aki. There's a lot of people posting. What's your question? What's up, dude? I will play the Half-Life DLCs, but I have to start Mafia. Mafia I have to do, because I have to finish Mafia Definitive Edition and Mafia 2 before Mafia The Old Country comes out. D&D, what's that? Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, you mean? No, I never really played it. Skyrion? Oh, well, that's a YouTuber. He talks about the lore of the game. Oh, okay, Ship Lord.
So you're back around, eh? Looking for work? Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll play Saints
You know
Row
much
4
about
one day.
wanted posters? You see, some of
Maybe
these
if I have
are
time, I'll do
around,
Ghost of Tsushima
some of
playthrough,
them
yes.
ain't so picky. Now, there's a gang of misfits camping out in Stillwater Creek. I am picky about what happens to them. Kill them for me. And I'll make sure you're paid what it is they're worth. That's a good deal.
Yeah, I'll play Mafia 3 after The Old Country. We're also gonna play Metal Gear, Delta in Metal Gear Solid Delta in August. And also, I also gotta beat Metal Gear Solid 2 right before that as well. Yeah, that I gotta do too. Can you do Sleeping Dogs again? Well, I don't want to do another playthrough because it's been a year since I did it. I can do maybe a stream, like, you know, just mess around in free mode and stuff like that if you want. But a playthrough, like another one, probably not, because it wasn't. It was what? No, actually 2 years ago, right? I beat it, so it would be too early to do another playthrough again. If I have time, maybe, Chris. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I gotta get to. And also, that Reznov video, guys, the top 10 hidden signs Reznov wasn't real, it's coming out on Sunday. I finished more than half the video last night. So it's just gotta edit a little bit more, but it'll be out on Sunday. Yes, we'll do Red Dead Redemption 2, but I just got a lot of games to do at the moment, Zev, so sometime in the future, but yeah, because I gotta do Mafia the Old Country, Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, Mafia 2, Mafia the Old Country, a lot of games I gotta get done this summer. Half-Life 2 story is much darker than 1. Yeah, like, Half-Life 1, I don't think they had one cutscene, but it's like the story and the lore is told more by the surroundings, but, I'll play it one day too, General's Alert. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, well, that's actually one of the things I talk about. Woods never interacts with him.
Stop there! What do you want here?
Okay. Now, Gordon Freeman barely survived the Black Mesa disaster. I don't think he's getting his paycheck period of what's going to happen in 7 hours. Yeah, well, he definitely deserves overtime after what happened there and hazard pay. Why are these guys not doing anything here? Okay, and I'll play Half-Life 2 in the future, London. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you guys being true friends for 8 years, Pat. I've been burned out for gaming. I'm heading out to Pedersen Automotive Museum tomorrow in LA. Okay, Mark. No problem, and hope you have fun at the museum. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Not what's going to happen in 7 hours. What's going to happen in 7 hours, London, in Half-Life. Oh, well, yeah, I guess it's a spoiler then. But, I will play Dishonored one day. It's a stealth game, I know that one. Can you do a lore video on Micah? Yes, but I want to do a lore video on Strauss first. If I'm going to do a video on a Red Dead character, Strauss, but I'll get around to doing the lore videos on the Red Dead characters, but when I do a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 again in the future, that's when I'll do it. Yes, I'll play all the Half-Life DLCs, but probably later in the year, Jameson, because, Jolima Jameson, because I have to do, like, Mafia the Old Country right now and a few other games, or Mafia Definitive Edition, I mean. Are these guys, like, glitched or something? This is weird. Yeah, I've heard of the game Postal. I like how they're not even reacting. I don't even know what's wrong with the NPCs right now. The YouTuber who's 36 years in Korean prison, he's from America, he was doing pranks in Korea. Are you talking about Johnny Somali? That guy? It sounds familiar, Menace. What is that? Bro, Brad is Jimmy and Tracy's father because he has the same hair shape as Jimmy, along with eye color, and the same hair color as Tracy, and Amanda said that she loved him. What do you think? When did Amanda say she loved Brad? But I don't think so. I think people are reading into that too much. And even if Brad was, you know, Jimmy and Tracy's biological father, I highly doubt, he's not the real father. Even if he's the biological father, Michael is the real father. It's like the same thing, it's like the same thing with, it's a drunk conversation with Michael, really. I'd have to look into that more. But, here's the thing is, it's like with Jack. Jack Marston, like, people say, like, Javier or Dutch is Jack's father. Like, people think that Javier was Jack's father. But here's the thing is even if Javier was, like, you know, even if he was Jack's biological father, he wasn't his real father. His real father was John. I've been watching your channel since the GTA trilogy. Thank you, Steve. That's since 2021, right? So yeah, you've been with my channel for almost 4 years now. Thank you, dude. Javier was Jack's father? No, it's not confirmed. It's just like speculation. Some people think that. Oh, I'll take a look at them a little later, Brandon.
Did a good job last time I heard.
Boat theft.
How much you know about
Robots and zombies. Now Rockstar decided to give Red Dead Redemption Online a decent update. P.S. Those robots are basically a press from Mark II of Red Dead. Yeah.
By land.
Thank you, Bunny, for the super chat. And what I want to do is, I want to maybe make a follow-up video on the DLC of Red Dead Online, because that one mission with the Skinners was the best one, where like you're trapped in the woods with the Skinners at night. That was actually like a really good mission.
By Stillwater Creek.
No, Hakeem.
Get them, okay? I will reward you, all right.
You ever play Silent Hill 2? The game's fire. Thank you, Unknown Notion. I played the Silent Hill games on PS1 at friend's house when I was a kid, but I never really beat them. I know they take place in Maine. You go into, like, that small town, and you see, like, these pyramid monsters that, like, chase you. I know that. But I don't know much more than that. People told me I don't need to play Silent Hill 1 to understand Silent Hill 2. What is the worst comment you've gotten on YouTube? The worst comment, the worst thing that somebody has ever said to me on a video game. This isn't a YouTube comment, but the worst thing that somebody said to me is, I was playing GTA Online a couple years ago. This wasn't on a stream, it was just me playing GTA Online, and some idiot that wanted to harass me recognized me. And what he did was he texted me something on the phone in GTA, And the thing that he texted me about the phone in GTA, I don't want to say what he said, but the only thing I'm going to say about it is he said something really horrible about Polish people and World War II. And that was probably the nastiest comment, the most horrible thing I've probably ever seen somebody say to me. But when it comes to actual YouTube comments, one of the worst things I've seen on YouTube that somebody said to me is I was doing a Battlefield 1 stream in like, it was 2017, and during the Battlefield 1 stream, there was a guy during the Battlefield 1 stream, he came to the chat, and this is before I had the filter on, and he said to me, I subscribe to this channel for GTA, not Battlefield BS. You know, play GTA right effing now, or I'm gonna effing unsubscribe. That was, it's one of the most aggressive comments I've ever seen, and I could not believe that somebody was so, that somebody could get so angry of just me playing, like, a different game. Like, I didn't understand what the problem was. Like, I decided to play Battlefield 1 one day, but, like, the guy got so mad that I was playing Battlefield 1 that he cursed me out, that I wasn't playing GTA. Like, Hey, Mario, how are you, dude?
Have you lost it then, man?
Yeah, I just don't know why somebody could get so mad at me for just playing, like, a different game one day. Like, I don't get it personally. I'll do Fallout New Vegas one day, but I still gotta finish Fallout 3, because Fallout 3 I finished the main story, but I didn't finish the DLCs, so I gotta play those DLCs one day. Forget the haters, your channel looks great, Patrick. Thank you, Eric. Do I like the Outlast games? Oh, yeah. I haven't played the new one, the Chronicles. I never played that one, but I played Outlast 1 and 2, and I played Whistleblower also. I'll play Dead Rising 2, yeah. I'll do that. I gotta fix my sleeping schedule, so I don't like staying up so late, but I just cannot sleep. Like, I have sleeping problems, like, the thing is, here's the thing is, if I tried to go to sleep right now, right, I would just lay in bed for probably 3 or 4 or even 5 hours, and I would not be able to fall asleep. Like, nothing. Like, it's very difficult for me to fall asleep. Very, very difficult. So it's, a lot of times I end up staying up very late because I can't fall asleep until really late. If you want to know, like, when I get tired when it gets, like, 6 a.m. When it hits, like, 6 a.m., that's when I get exhausted. Like, other than that, like, I can literally go the entire night and not be tired at all. Yeah, yeah, Zach, perhaps. Is that anxiety related? Maybe. Sometimes I feel really stressed because I'm working on so many projects at once. But I don't know. Oh, I didn't see that one then, Menace. My night's going good, Phoenix. How are you? Well, the guy who scares me the most is the guy who scares me the most in Outlast, Eddie Gluskin. He's the scariest killer in Outlast, I think. Online bullying is for the worst. One of the YouTubers I watched committed suicide because trolls wouldn't stop harassing her. I believe her name was Kayla Reigns from Save a Fox. Wasn't that the... Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that the YouTuber that interacts with animals? Was like the YouTuber that does all the videos on animals? Was that her? Thank you, Silver Fox, line for the super chat. But that's horrible. That's horrible that happened. Stress becomes a problem when you're playing a specific section and keep failing. Eventually, stress turns into frustration and rage. You know what, you know what I'll tell you? You know what mission got me so angry in a game? Like, it got me so mad, that when, like, I finally beat it, like, I just felt so good when I finally beat the mission because it made me so mad. Anybody here ever play Fight Night Champion, the boxing game? Like, when you fight Isaac Frost on the final boss of the game, when you fight him on, like, GOAT difficulty, like, greatest of all time difficulty, it is the most rage boss ever. Like, the most annoying final boss I've ever seen in a video game is Isaac Frost in Fight Night Champion. That boss will, like, knock you out in just one hit. It is such an annoying, boss. It's such a ridiculous, mission. Yes, I will, Hopkins. Wait, what, Adrian? What are your thoughts on the idea of people selling their souls for fame? Is it a real thing? Kind of. Do you know the best example I can think of somebody selling their soul for fame? John Cena with China. That's probably the best example that I can think of, is that John Cena, when John Cena literally defended the, when he defended the Chinese government and attacked Taiwan, that was probably, like, and apologized to the Chinese government, that was probably, like, one of the most cringe things I've ever seen a celebrity do. Oh, it was good, Jack. I'm excited for the new Mafia, the new Mafia when it's coming out soon. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Thank you, Jack. The turret truck in Mafia... Yeah, the turret in Mafia Definitive Edition is annoying. But do you know what's even more annoying? The race. Do you guys remember the race in Mafia Definitive Edition on Classic difficulty? That's even worse than the turret. Do you see the Ghost of Yotei gameplay? A little bit. Just a couple minutes. I didn't watch the whole video. What did you guys think of the Ghost of Yotei gameplay? Do you think it looked good? Did I play the original Mafia 1? No, I've never played the original, but I did see an entire playthrough of it. I played Mafia Definitive Edition, but that's not the original. It's just a remake of the original. Yes, I should, well, before 2026, possibly, but I'll definitely do that in 2026, if not, Feline King. Thank you for the super chat. It's based on Gabe Newell's son, the creator of Half-Life. Adrian? Did I see GTA 4 PS4 news leak? That like, supposedly, like, Rockstar support added, like, GTA 4 now? Thank you, Captain Kurt Games. Thank you for the super chat, dude.
What are you doing here? Hit it! All I'll just leave y'all to it. Let me go, damn it. Goddamn fools.
Yeah, I hated Isaac Frost so much.
Crap.
When Pat curses, you know it's bad.
Christ almighty. Devil's luck.
Yeah, Lendon, yeah, I know that one. You only have to do it when you get the prompt, though. When you go out in public, do people recognize you as professional? Not really, no. Very rarely it's happened. I only got recognized, I think, like 2 or 3 times. So it's, that's, like, over my entire career on YouTube, so... Yeah, I'm not really. Is it true you got recognized at the Fallout event? Yes and no. When I was at the Fallout event, nobody really recognized me. But then what happened was, when I said, oh, let me take pictures of this, I probably want to put this on my channel. When I did that, what happened was, there were people asked me, oh, what's your channel? And I said, The Professional. Like, one guy's like, oh, I used to watch your GTA videos, as one guy said. So, what was people, I wouldn't say people really recognized me until I said who I was, but,
Untie me now.
no, I haven't, Mason. What's your question, Zach? Are you willing to play Half-Life mods like Half-Life Field Intensity and Brutal Half-Life because the modding scene is big? Yeah. Always open to anything like that. Yeah, if I'm gonna play a racing game, it's gonna be like one that's kind of like crime-focused, so like possibly Need for Speed Midnight Club, stuff like that. Do you drink any energy drinks? No. Very rarely. I only drink energy drinks if it's like an emergency, if I need to, for something. Like, last time I drank an energy drink was in November, and it was because I had, like, a long drive. That was just it. Okay, I'll see you, Aki. Take care, dude.
Devil's luck.
Okay, General. Yeah, maybe I could play Condemned this Halloween. I want to do something for Halloween. I was thinking maybe I could do Left 4 Dead on Halloween. Maybe I could do that. I could come back and do the Half-Life 1 remake. I could play that one day, but it's gonna be in some time because I don't want to do it right after I just beat Half-Life 1 because it'd be the exact same game, just a remake. But I could come back and do it one day. I'm a night owl who works in the morning. I drink them all the time. Well, try to avoid them, dude, because energy drinks are not good for you. The thing is, though, you know something I didn't know. I watched.
You son of a bitch.
I watched a YouTube video recently of this YouTuber. And basically what this YouTuber was saying, he was saying that different people are born with different sleeping patterns. That some people are born more prone to being night owls, and some people are born more prone to being early birds. So apparently, a lot of times your sleeping schedule apparently is determined by your birth. Now night owls can go to sleep earlier, sure, but it's much more difficult than somebody who's an early bird. Much more difficult, and it would also be much more difficult for an early bird to stay up very late. Howdy, Pro. I started playing for the Godfather the Don's Edition yesterday. I'm already at Associate, and I took over all of Little Italy. Hey, Justin. Make sure you enjoy that game. It's one of the best games ever, the Don's Edition especially. And destroy the compounds at the very end of the game, because that'll be, it's worth it, just for the end of the game. Fear is that game with that creepy little girl on it, right? I remember those games when I was a kid. Oh, I could definitely do a cosplay of Assassin's Creed. Oh, in general, Moonshine's ready to sail? Okay. Invite me. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm already in the posse. Okay. Yeah, Brendan, I still gotta watch it. I'm sorry, dude. I've just been busy with so much stuff. Fear, first encounter, armed responders or assault recon, one of those two words. Is APB Reloaded competitive to GTA? No. It's nowhere close. It started out as like an MMORPG. It had like a really cool idea, like one team is criminals, one team are cops, and you can choose which criminal which organization you want to be a member of. But it just got boring, stale, and it died. Yeah, that was the YouTuber with the animals. It really disgusts me that YouTube will get rid of dislikes, but they don't care about comments. Yeah, it's absolutely horrible what happened to that YouTuber. So, some people, unfortunately, can just be so cruel. Thank you, Bunny. Yeah, General's Alert. I could do that one day. Yeah, it's Case Zero. Maybe I could do that on Halloween. Maybe Case Zero we could do on Halloween. Would I play... Yeah, Dead Rising 2 one day. I am not on any side in that conflict or heel. I don't support any side, and I don't support sending money to either side. That's just my perspective on it, is I just want to stay completely out of it.
We're looking for illegal liquor in these parts. Let's see.
Wait, let's see if we can get through this mission.
Okay, keep it moving.
Okay, go. Yeah. You can go.
Stop up that wagon. Hold that wagon.
Mirror's Edge, I remember when I was on that game was on PS3 when I was a kid. It became very popular. I liked Yakuza Zero storyline. Oh, you want to know something about the doctor in Assassin's Creed 1? I forget his name, but he's actually a real life person. He was. He was hospitalizer knight. He was a real life person. The thing is, a lot of the characters in Assassin's Creed 1, a lot of the characters you assassinate in that game are real people. A lot of them. The doctor was a real person. The Al Mualim was also a real person. He was also a real guy. King Richard was a real guy. Salahadin was a real guy. I forget the name of the guy. The guy who argues with King Richard outside the fort. That guy, he's a real person. The guy who burns all the books. That guy's a real person also. Yeah. That a lot of the targets were real people in Assassin's Creed 1. Let me form a posse here. What headphones do you use? Oh, these are just generic headphones that I have. Just ones that you just plug in. I plug them into my Blue Yeti, and that's how I listen to the game through that. And
I gave you a chance last time and it come out good.
What games are on your list to play? Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Mafia Definitive Edition, Mafia 2, Mafia the Old Country. It's gonna be doing all of these in the next in this month and next month.
You find any of that goddamn Capitale, keep it to yourself. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Capitale too.
Well, ain't you just making a name for yourself? Mm-hmm. Get on with it.
Trade business is ready? It is? Okay, hold on. We can do that too then. Where's your camp, General? Where is it right now? Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Camp. How, let me see this one. This question, I found this question really interesting. How evil and hypocritical are the Crusaders pro? Here's what I'll say about that conflict. When it comes to the Crusades, especially, there are no good guys in the Crusades. When it comes to that conflict, both sides are pretty bad. You know, both sides did some pretty horrible things. But basically, when it comes to the background of the Crusades, the General, is your horse here? I don't think I can get my horse out. Okay, here we go. When it comes to the Crusades, the Saracens, what the Saracens were doing, how Crusaders were the ones invading. That's not true. Not completely. The Crusaders were invaders, yes, but the Saracens were also invaders as well. Both of them were actually invaders. So both of the sides were actually doing bad things. So before the Crusaders actually got involved in the Crusade, the Saracens were actually conquering a lot of countries, and they were actually conquering territories of the Byzantine Empire. They were attacking the Byzantines and conquering their territory. So the Saracens actually did go on a conquering spree, and they conquered most of North Africa. They actually conquered Spain as well. So Spain actually used to be conquered. So people don't know that the Arabs from North Africa had actually conquered Spain. But what happened was the Byzantines were requesting help from the Vatican, and the Vatican really hated the Byzantines. So they didn't really like it because the Byzantines were Orthodox Christians and the Vatican were Roman Catholics. But the Pope preferred the Byzantines over the Saracens, and so he ended up sending the Crusaders. But the thing is, though, is that the Crusaders did not just defend the Byzantine Empire. What they did was they pretty much invaded all of these Saracen lands, and then they pushed down into Syria, they pushed down into Iraq. Well, they weren't called Syria and Iraq back then, but they pushed down into Saracen lands. And then they pushed into Jerusalem as well. So the Crusaders started just invading and conquering their territory, but the Saracens were also conquering and invading territory at the same time too. So both of them were pretty much religious extremists. It was both of them were just both factions in the Crusades were trying to basically conquer other lands for their religions. That was primarily what it was. It was a The thing is, though, is what I'll say about the Crusades also. When the Crusaders took Jerusalem for the first time, the Crusaders massacred all of the Muslims in Jerusalem. Like, it was like really bad atrocities. It's like really bad massacres. Like, they killed everybody that was not a Christian when they conquered Jerusalem. They also killed a lot of Jews as well. But what happened was when the Saracens actually took back Jerusalem, the Saladin could have massacred all of the Christians in Jerusalem, but he didn't do that. He instead showed a policy of mercy. And he agreed that Christians would be allowed to come to Jerusalem for pilgrimage. So Saladin was generally a leader that was associated with mercy. He was known as a merciful leader. It was if you surrendered to Saladin and you gave him your word that you would not fight anymore, he would generally let you go, release you. But if you broke that promise and you started fighting, he caught you again, he'd execute you. Well, the Israel-Palestine conflict, I don't want to talk about that. It's such a messy, controversial subject. I tend to stay out of this stuff. The thing I'll say about this is I'm not on any side. I'm completely neutral in this, and I don't want my country, the United States, to be getting involved in this conflict. That's pretty much what I'll say about it. Is I'm on the side of peace, and I don't want to get involved in that. But yeah, the Crusaders were conquerors. And you can make the argument they were nomads in a way, Landon. Oh, and let me see here. Probably protect the wagon here. What do I think of General Hux? You're talking about Star Wars. About General Hux is one of the most wasted characters ever. That they just made him into a spy after he killed like millions of people in The Force Awakens, and then his death was like really stupid. Also, just dumb. Yeah, the new Star Wars movies were just so terrible. They were. I didn't like them at all. I wish Disney would cancel it, make it not canon. I don't like I don't like cryptocurrency. I think it's really unstable. I just stay away from that stuff. What's the history about Gibraltar? You're talking about that really small island that Britain owns? It's really close to Spain. Is that what you're talking about, Minion? Yes, about Gibraltar. I think that how Britain acquired Gibraltar is... I think that Britain acquired Gibraltar actually during the Revolutionary War. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because near the end of the Revolutionary War, it was Spain and the Netherlands and France had declared war on Britain, and then Britain had a series of naval battles against Spain, and I think they took Gibraltar from Spain during that war, during the American Revolutionary War. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think it was that, and I think they held it ever since. So I think that's the backstory. Am I right on that, or am I wrong? What does Britain call the Revolutionary War? I don't know. That I don't know. How bad was the 70s? Well, it depends where. Are you talking America? In America, the 70s were generally okay. It was, 70s was the end of the Vietnam War. Well, you know, at least we got out of that situation. But it was, yeah. 80s, we really started growing, and then 90s was like, you know, a big boom. When are you starting Mafia Definitive Edition? Probably on Sunday. Do you know who Oscar Wanger is? Isn't he that I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. Aren't you talking about that really evil, like, SS commander who led, like, an entire battalion of, like, convicts? They were, like, you know, rapists, murderers, like, you know, the worst people in his brigade. Is that the guy you're talking about? That they fought during the Warsaw Uprising in Poland. Have I played Death Stranding? No. Hey, King of GTA Plus. Good morning, too, dude. Still night for me, but... But good morning to you, dude. I'm having a great Friday, yeah. Well, the worst time in the 20th century was the 1930s. That was the worst time in America. Was the 30s. 30s were really bad. People look at 10% unemployment and they think that's really bad. But during the Great Depression, it was between 25 to 30% unemployment. So let's think about that. A third of the entire population was unemployed during the Great Depression. Just think about that. How bad that was. So the Depression was really bad. But here's the thing. A lot of people say the Great Depression was the worst time period in American history. It wasn't. People think it was a depression. The worst time period in American history was the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865. That was the worst time period in American history. The country was torn in half, and more Americans actually died in the American Civil War than they died in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and Korea combined. So let's think about that. More Americans died in the Civil War than those 4 wars combined. Okay. Half-Life was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a enjoyable game. Did I buy any cool tech on Prime Day? Not really. Are there any sales still going on? I might take a look at it a little bit later if there's still something going on, but I have a question for anyone reading. Would you rather be in Dutch Vanderlyn's gang during Red Dead Redemption 2 or Grove Street gang member in GTA San Andreas? You have complete knowledge going in for either. So I know it's going to happen. Is that what you're saying? If I know it's going to happen, I'd rather be in Dutch's gang, and I would leave before all the bad things start happening. Dean Dober, good morning, bro. Hey, good morning, Lee. What's up, dude? Is Dutch technically a psychopath? No. He has some emotions. He has feelings for others. He has empathy, some empathy to a degree for others. So no, he's not a psychopath. A psycho. There's one psychopath in Red Dead Redemption 2. You know who that is? Micah. Micah is the perfect definition of a psychopath. No empathy for others. Selfish. Only thinks about himself. Is not able to empathize with others at all. Have you watched 1991's Hook with Robin Williams and Dante Basco, the voice of Zuko and Jigme? No, I haven't. But about him, Jigme, are you talking about that Tibetan guy in Boondocks? Is that who you're talking about? I remember that too. That was hilarious. I remember that too. Yeah, that show definitely got banned in China after that. That was. Gibraltar was ceded to Britain from the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 after the War of the Spanish Succession. Oh, okay, Minion Dave. You'll get your super chat when you fix this damn door. Thank you, Daph, for that. Spider-Man 3, the memes from that, the amount of memes that we got from that. Do you always eat dinner so late? Yeah, typically. I usually have my dinner, like 10 or 11 o'clock. Today I had it a little bit early before the stream, but usually, like, you know, around this time, yeah. Which Red Dead character do you think is the lowest honor? Micah. You know what I will say, one of the most satisfying moments in the Boondocks, like, where characters really deserve to get hurt, was that one episode, the kickball episode, when they're playing against the Chinese team, and that girl, I remember she lied to Huey, and she told Huey that she would get sent to a camp if they lost the kickball match, and then Huey overheard the Chinese players just laughing about it, that they tricked him. and he got just basically so mad he just destroyed the entire Chinese team. That was one of the most satisfying moments in Boondocks. Oh, is my stream lagging right now? Stream's lagging. Is it okay right now, guys? Try refreshing the stream. It's not lagging? The stream's completely fine? Okay. It's good for me, okay. Oh, I guess some people it's lagging, others isn't. I don't know what's going on with the stream then. I'm confused. Do you know Baldwin IV of Jerusalem? Yes, he also appears in Kingdom of Heaven is the name of the movie. But about Baldwin, he had like a really rare disease that that affects your skin. That's what I think he had.
Hey, you! Get up! Next time, friend! You're dead. You better pray I don't get loose. Dumb mule. You're gonna meet your mate.
It was leprosy. Oh. Okay, Assassin Wolf.
Whoa, what the hell?
Why was Major Andre so respected during the Revolutionary War? Because he conducted himself like a gentleman. He was pretty honorable. Despite being a spy master, he was a pretty fair man. The thing I'll say about Andre is when it came to John Andre though, do you know who really killed John Andre though? It wasn't actually America. It was actually Britain who ended up killing him in the end. Because the thing is
Sucking piss.
John Andre probably could have survived the Revolutionary War if he got taken prisoner if Nathan Hale was never killed. So for people that don't know who Nathan Hale was, about John Andre. John Andre was the British spy master, and he was caught with the plans to West Point, and he was dressed as a civilian. He walked up to a bunch of soldiers wearing Hessian coats. He thought that they were Hessians, but they were actually Americans who just took the Hessian coats, and then they looted him, and then they found the plans to West Point on his in his boots. And at that point, it was he was taken and arrested, and then later he was hanged and executed. Now, George Washington really liked Andre. He considered him a gentleman as well, and George Washington said he was one of the most, respected, British officers that he met. But George Washington, even though he didn't want to execute Andre, he really had no choice. And the reason he really had no choice was because a couple of years before Andre had been executed, there was actually this American called Nathan Hale. And Nathan Hale is one of the youngest, the youngest Americans that ever died in the war. I think he was only 18 years old. And Nathan Hale was a British, American spy that was, I think he was recording British ship movements in New York. I think that's what he was doing. And he was actually ratted out by his own family. So part of his family were loyalists. They were loyal to the British monarchy. And I think it was his cousin who betrayed him and ratted him out. And he got caught, and Nathan Hale got hanged. And 18 years old, he got hanged from a tree. And his last words were, he said famously, my only regret is that I only have one life to give for my country. That was his last words, very famous words. And when John Andre got captured, Washington had to hang him because it was retaliation for what happened to Hale. It was like the American spy was captured and was hanged. And a lot of Americans were really outraged about that. And so when Andre got, captured, there was really nothing that anyone could do. It was retaliation for Nathan Hale being executed. So there was there was really no saving Andre at that point. That was pretty much Andre's fate was sealed at that point when he got captured. The thing is George Washington was willing to trade Andre for Benedict Arnold, but the thing is that Britain was not going to hand over Benedict Arnold because then they would basically hand over any general, and so it was gonna make them look weak, and so they didn't do that. But yeah, if Hale had never been executed, chances are Andre could have probably survived the war. Who else is pre-ordering that Mind's Eye remaster? What are you talking about when they're re-releasing the game? What was the worst Soviet firearm? That would have to think on that one. Possibly the AVT-40. Maybe the AVT-40. It was the Soviets took an SVT-40 and made it automatic. That probably made maybe the worst gun. Will you react to the speedrunner that finished Half-Life 1 in 28 minutes? How did somebody do that? Oh, what the hell? Do I like Mind's Eye or Saints Row Reboot more? Mind's Eye, believe it or not. I at least had some fun with Mind's Eye, where Saints Row was just raging. Where did you learn all this history? I like to read a lot. Read and, watch documentaries. How did Mind's Eye end up like that? Arrogance and rushing it out. The thing is, there is no reason that Mind's Eye should have been a bad game. There really is no reason. Don't get me wrong. It sucked. But the thing is, Mind's Eye had a good team. It had Benzies on it. It had funding. There was not a funding issue. They spent a lot of money on that game. There's no reason why that game should have been as bad as it was. But it was that they rushed the game out. They rushed it out. They did not send out review copies. There was already red flags going on there, and it was just Benzies was basically thinking that because of his name alone, it was going to carry the series. Would I play Left 4 Dead in chronological order? Yeah, I would. But I got a question. How do you find out which campaign is after the first one, because the first campaign in Left 4 Dead I know is No Mercy. No Mercy is the first one. But then which one is the next one after that? Because I know there's Blood Harvest also, and then there's the, I forget the names of them. But how do you tell which is the first and which is the last in Left 4 Dead? Thank you, Matt Attack, for the super chat. I got the Saboteur on Steam, and I was wondering if you could share some tips. I'm playing on casual, the lowest difficulty mode. Use stealth a lot. Stealth, disguises, sneak around, and use dynamite a lot. Dynamite blow up a lot of, and also don't rush through the story. Do a lot of destroy a lot of the Nazi targets on the map. Destroy a lot of them. You get a lot of contraband for that. No Mercy, Death Toll, Dead Air, Blood Harvest, and Crash Course. And then the Sacrifice DLC. Okay. And, what was it? It was in the Sacrifice, correct me if I'm wrong, one person has to die, right? For the rest of the group to get out? That's what happens, right? And, isn't it canon Bill? Bill is the one canonally who sacrificed himself for everyone, right? Correct me if I'm wrong? You're a cool dude, Pro. I enjoy your streams. Thank you, Hakeem. Will I ever come out with another money guide? Yes. There's a money guide I want to make on GTA before the end of this year, and I want to make it my like ultimate, you know, GTA money guide before GTA 6 comes out. Can you tell the story of the greedy coworker on truck nights? He would basically just whenever people would bring in food for others, he would eat the food, but he would never bring in food for others. Never did that. Extremely selfish. He'd eat food people brought in, but he'd never bring in food for anybody. And then he would, when he would buy food for himself, he had like an entire wallet filled with cash. Oh, okay, Faded, yeah. Hey, Pro, enjoy the stream. I'm researching the events of Tombstone and Wyatt Earp. What are your thoughts on what happened at the, OK Corral? I don't know if I know this story. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for nearly 5 years. Can you explain to me what happened? Maybe I'll know the story. I just might not know the names. You send the Left 4 Dead campaigns in order chronologically for me. Okay. The order: No Mercy, Crash Course, Death Toll, Dead Air, Blood Harvest, The Sacrifice, Dead Center, The Passing, Dark Carnival, Swamp Fever, Hard Rain, and The Parish. Okay. I will, I might do Left 4 Dead this Halloween. This Halloween, I might do it. It seems like it will be a great game for Halloween. And if people are wondering how would I do the Left 4 Dead, how would I do the Left 4 Dead series, what I might do is I might do it, like, every single campaign is one video. So, like, I might have No Mercy in, like, one video, and then, like, the next one, like, just to make it more simple. So, like, the campaigns in, like, each... Gunfight at the OK Corral. Wyatt Earp and his brothers and Doc Holliday confronted and killed 3 men. Where did this happen and when? No, I didn't do Bad Blood. No, I didn't. I'll do it though. Don't worry. I have plans to still do it. Tombstone, Arizona. Was this... wait, was this the biker gangs? When this... Oh, in the 1880s, most famous Wild West shootout. Okay, I don't think I heard about that one then. Then I don't think I know that one, Zach. I thought the most famous Wild West shootout happened in Deadwood. Not in Arizona, but... Guess I was wrong on that one then. Metal Gear Solid 2 when? This month. When I'm like halfway through with Mafia Definitive Edition, that's when I'll start Metal Gear Solid 2. Do I know about American gangs? Some. Is Reddit Online still worth putting time into in 2025? Only played the story? Yes. Because if you've only played the story, you have plenty of content to do, a lot of businesses. And Reddit Online could still keep you busy until GTA 6 comes out. If you've never played any of the Reddit Online DLCs, you got plenty of content to do. So there is a lot of stuff to do still on the game if you've never played Reddit Online. So that'll at least keep you busy until GTA 6 comes out. Yeah, some of the characters have pretty funny dialogue in
Shoot, not coming up with squat.
in Left 4 Dead. I remember like years ago when that pills meme started. It's like pills here in Red Dead Redemption. I mean, in Left 4 Dead, when the characters always say pills here, and they made like memes out of that. I remember people kept making YouTube videos, pills here. That was that was pretty funny. What do I think of Alan Pinkerton? Well, the Pinkertons in general were scumbags. There's nothing back here. Am I gonna play Ready or Not? Maybe. It's a big maybe because of the censorship controversy. I was a bit pissed off about that. You know what game I really want to try? I really want to try playing that new game, Delta Force. Well, it's been on PC for some time, but it's finally coming out to console. I really want to give that game a chance when it comes out. It's going to be free to play on console, so I do want to give that one a try.
Move up on him. I'll burn a hole between your eyes.
Hey, Pro, how Leslie Bensley's handled Mindside. Do you think Rockstar had a right to fire him? I don't know the backstory behind what happened with Rockstar and Leslie Benzies, but the thing is, I was pretty neutral about that thing, that firing, but now, like, what happened with Mindside made me really lose respect for Benzies. What happened with Mindside? Who is the most evil Call of Duty villain in your opinion? Makarov. Makarov. He's even worse than Menendez. At least Menendez loved his sister, where Makarov doesn't care about anyone. Like, it's like, just... like, just no empathy whatsoever.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What do you think of Hudson and Woods having conflict? Well, it's because Hudson was always that guy that would keep everyone in the dark. Like, that guy, it's like that... It's no wonder Hudson is a CIA agent. Like, he's very scummy in a lot of the stuff that he keeps hidden from people.
Howdy. Keep it moving. Your funeral.
Some people will attend college and assume they're better with a college degree and look down on people who don't attend college. Yeah, and I will tell you, anybody who looks down on somebody who doesn't go to college is an idiot. Like, you know, if somebody is gonna, you know, make fun of somebody for not going to college, that person themselves is the idiot. It's like, people don't have the right to judge others. And the thing is, you don't need college to be successful. You can be successful without it. You don't need it. You know, this college propaganda has infected, you know, kids' minds. Where, like, since high school, kids have, like, this college propaganda in their minds that they need to go to college or they're going to be a failure in life.
Anyone? Please, I beg you. Man. Oh, bon sang. Help, please.
Whoa, shit! You better let me go, or else. Holy shit!
Okay, here we go. I'm at college right now. Well, there's nothing wrong with going to college, Jonathan. But I'm more talking about the people that look down on others for not going to college, because it happens a lot where, you know, people who don't go to college are looked down on by society, and I think it's personally stupid. I have a feeling Activision is going to ruin Menendez in Black Ops 7, just like what they did in Makarov in Modern Warfare 3. Well, think about it this way. It's Treyarch that's making this. It's not Infinity Ward this time. So it's, maybe they won't mess it up. Maybe Black Ops 7 will actually be a decent game. We don't know. But I guess we'll see.
No. Cocksucker.
I graduated college this year, and I'm still finding a job. Probably won't use my college degree because of the job market in general.
You asked for it.
Hmm. Well, I think, though, that, yeah, a lot of times people end up working in fields that have absolutely nothing to do with their college degree a lot of times. I feel like I'm being pushed into going to college. Do what you want to do. Don't let others tell you what to do.
Dead as a doornail. Here's your bounty money.
How evil is Don Salieri compared to Don Morello? I think they're the same thing. I think that Salieri is just as bad as Morello. I think he is. I think the only difference between Salieri and Morello is that Morello doesn't hide who he is. That's the only difference.
No, please. I did.
Don't want any trouble.
I heard about 40% drop out of college and 50% that graduate never get a job that pertains to their degree. That's true. Yeah. It is. You know, sometimes when I'm working out, I'll listen to Dave Ramsey, if anybody knows his show. And when I listen to him while I'm working out, I hear these ridiculous calls where like people call in and like they say that they have like $700,000 in debt, and it's like from being a dentist, like, you know, for a dentist degree. And I will say this, like, is being a dentist a bad job? Not necessarily, but is it really worth it going into debt for $700,000 to be a dentist? Is that really worth it for that? And that's when you gotta ask yourself that question at that point. And yeah. Yeah, some people are saying that it's proof that that GTA 4 is coming out on it, Sebi, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. What I will say though is, I really want multiplayer in GTA 4. If GTA 4 is getting remastered, I really want a multiplayer. I really do. No, I didn't, Mystical. Yep, that is true. Spin cycle. My thoughts on Muhammad Ali, the boxer. He was a really great boxer. I don't know much about his personal life. I know that he refused to get drafted during the Vietnam War, and he spent, I think, like 3 years in prison because of that. Hey, Robert. Do you think a night security guard is worth working for? I'm just wondering. It depends what you're planning on doing. If you are a night owl, you might as well, you know, take that job because you're not going to get tired at night. What the? Oh, great. Panther. But, it also depends on what your pay would be, your hours. Vietnam was the stupidest war that America has ever fought. I wouldn't agree with you on that. Well, you can definitely make the argument that Vietnam was a dumb war. I don't think that Vietnam was the dumbest war the U.S. has ever fought in its history. You know what I think the dumbest war the U.S. ever fought in its history was? Probably at least the dumbest war would probably have to be the Pig War. The Pig War. That's where America and Britain basically had an undeclared war over a pig that got shot. It was a British farmer's pig that an American had shot, and then both navies had almost, you know, shot at each other because of that, and almost started, you know, a third war between Britain and America. But if we're talking what's the stupidest war that America has fought in, the stupidest war that America has fought in its entire history the largest and stupidest war probably has to be World War I. World War I is probably the stupidest war that America has fought in. Yeah, I would probably say that. World War I is such a dumb conflict. It was a European problem, and the U.S. a lot of 100,000 Americans died, for a bunch of empires, monarchs that were fighting each other over their colonies. So it wasn't really a war that America should have gotten involved in, but we got involved in like a European affair. Like these monarchs wanted to fight each other, and we could have stayed out of it, but we got involved in that. But if we're talking the stupidest war that happened in what the hell was that? There. If we're talking the stupidest war that happened in modern history, like within the last 100 years, the stupidest war in the last 100 years wouldn't even be Vietnam. I would say the dumbest war would probably be Iraq. Yeah, Iraq's probably the dumbest one. The thing is about Vietnam is Vietnam was actually more justifiable than Iraq. Even though Vietnam was kind of a stupid war, at least it had more reason behind it than than Iraq, where the U.S. was scared that like communism was going to spread to the rest of Southeast Asia. It was going to spread to Cambodia, Laos, and it did. It spread to Cambodia and it spread to Laos. And also, South Vietnam had requested U.S. help, so it was it was another country was getting invaded by the communists in the north, and so at least we had allies in the Vietnam War. At least we had allies, that were we were helping. But in the Iraq War was just stupid. The Iraq War made no sense. We invaded like a sovereign country, for what? Told that there was weapons of mass destruction because the CIA said so, and the CIA lied to us. They dragged us into a stupid conflict. Destabilized Iraq. I will tell you is that like literally, the Iraq War made me never trust the government again. Like never, trust the government again, because when I was a kid, I was 8 years old when that war first started in 2003. I remember that, and when I was a kid, I supported that war when I was like 8 years old, and because I was 8 years old, I didn't know better. I watched TV. I watched the president at the time was talking about how there's this madman in Iraq with nuclear weapons. He's going to destroy the world. And I believed it when I was a kid. Then I got older and I realized, hey, there was no WMDs. The whole thing was basically a lie. It was nonsense. Started a war for what? So, yeah. So I would say Vietnam isn't the stupidest war America has fought in, because at least Vietnam had some purpose behind it. We were at least helping South Vietnam, or who are we helping in Iraq? We weren't helping anyone in Iraq. It was just like a stupid conflict. Yeah, Saddam Hussein was a madman. There's no denying that. I agree with you, Zach. He was an evil, person. Saddam was a horrible person. But the question is it our job to get rid of every dictator in the world? Because if we have to get rid of Saddam Hussein, then we also have to get rid of every single other dictator in the world, and that's probably going to invade a quarter of the planet's countries. Let's get all these other here. The Vietnam War might be dumb, but it doesn't make the Viet Cong and the North Vietnamese armies good people and heroes. And you are absolutely right on that, Isaiah. I never mentioned Afghanistan because Afghanistan was more justifiable. Afghanistan was literally a terrorist state. It was controlled by the Taliban, who were funding terrorist organizations that were bombing other countries, and they had a huge involvement in the September 11 attacks. So Afghanistan was somewhat justifiable. What wasn't justifiable was staying there for so long. Iraq was not justifiable at all. Like, Iraq was just stupid. Do you have a favorite video game movie? Favorite video game movie? Probably... maybe Hitman, the 2007 movie. That one I liked. The 2015 movie, no. But the 2007 one was pretty good. The Max Payne 2008 movie, yeah, that one wasn't good. A Division movie. I was actually looking forward to that game, Division Heartland. I was actually looking forward to that game, but it got canceled. That really sucked. It's okay, General. Aren't we supposed to be getting a Kane and Lynch movie? No. Um, no, we aren't. Kane and Lynch, the, Kane and Lynch movie was supposed to come out, like, over a decade ago. And they actually, about Kane and Lynch, we actually have the cast for it. For the Kane and Lynch movie, do you know who was supposed to play Kane in the Kane and Lynch movie? Bruce Willis. I think Bruce Willis could have done a decent Kane. I think he could have. Do you know who was supposed to be Lynch? Lynch was supposed to be Jamie Foxx. I don't know how I feel about Jamie Foxx being, Lynch, because Jamie Foxx doesn't really play, like, psychotic characters. The only psychotic character that I can think of Jamie Foxx playing is he played, Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man, who was kind of psychotic, but that was, like, the only, role that he played that was kind of psychotic. Lynch is a really psychotic person, so, like, you have to have, like Stephen Ogg would do a really good job as Lynch. Like, if there was, like, a Kane and Lynch movie, Stephen Ogg, I think, give him just longer hair, and I think he would do a really good job as Lynch. I think he would. Yeah, I don't know about Jamie Foxx being Lynch. I don't know about that. But Bruce Willis, I think, would make a decent Kane. But Bruce Willis is too old now. He's too old to be Kane. So I don't know who could play as Kane. Gerard Butler's Kane? Yeah, I think Butler could actually do that. I could see Butler doing Kane, yeah. Yeah. But Butler is kind of like a cool-headed actor, usually. So, like, Kane is like that type of guy, that cool-headed guy, too. So I could imagine Butler, yeah. Butler I could imagine doing Kane, yeah. I could do that. I could imagine that, yeah.
The things I'm gonna do to you when I get free.
Tom Holland as Kane, no, that'd be stupid. No, that'd be dumb. I think the Saints Row reboot is worse than mine. I would agree with you, yeah. Jamie Foxx plays a stone-cold henchman in Baby Driver. Oh, I've never seen that one. I was thinking, do you guys think that Tom Cruise could do Kane in a Kane and Lynch movie? Do you think he could do that or not? I was thinking maybe he could do, Kane also in a movie. And the reason I think Tom Cruise could possibly do Kane is because Tom Cruise played my favorite assassin character in a movie. I forget the name of the movie. Does anybody know the movie? It's the movie where Tom Cruise is like a hitman, and he takes like Jamie Foxx hostage, who's in a taxi. I forget the movie. I saw the movie when I was a kid. It was a really good one. But that was Tom Cruise did like a really good job as playing the hitman in that movie. Like really, really good. Like Collateral. Yes, it's Collateral. So yeah, like Tom Cruise played this psychotic hitman in Collateral. And I could imagine him playing Kane. If he did like that hitman in Collateral, I could imagine him doing Kane in the Kane and Lynch too. Kane and Lynch movie also.
Why are you doing this?
Do you think Call of Duty will exist forever? Yeah, pretty much. Call of Duty is never going to die. Never will. There's all these YouTubers that always say, oh, Call of Duty is dying, like, stuff like that. It's never gonna die. It might have less players playing it, sure, but it's every year when they make a Call of Duty game, they easily make double their money from that game. So literally, there's no way that it's gonna die. A Sleeping Dogs movie, really? That's the first time I'm hearing about that. Nico Bellic gets mentioned in Criminal Minds? How does that happen? How does he get mentioned? Yeah, I'll do a video, a full video on it, Mr. Hopkins, later this year. A criminal uses his name as an alias? What? Do you think there is still peace in this world? The thing, what I'll say about that is that you will never have, unfortunately, as bad as it sounds, you will never have true peace everywhere in the world. You will have like times when like there will be more peace, but there are always like really bad people out there that want to take something from somebody else. And the thing is though is that the entire world would have peace. Like there would be peace on this entire planet. Like no country would ever be fighting anybody if every single country on this planet just minded their own business. If every single person on this planet minded their own business, there would be no war. None. But unfortunately, some people don't know how to mind their own business, unfortunately. And somebody always wants to take something from somebody, harass somebody else. And because of that, there's unfortunately never going to be complete peace. Oh, look, hey, people still play Reddit Online? Yes. Oh, that's the first time I'm hearing about that one, Zach. Favorite GTA 5 protagonist? I kind of liked all the protagonists equally in GTA 5, but if I had to pick my favorite protagonist in GTA 5, my favorite character in GTA 5, probably Franklin. And the reason I like Franklin is because Franklin just wants to get out of the hood. He wants to, like, make it big. He wants to actually make money. He doesn't just, want to do these small-time things. That's what I like about Franklin, is he's thinking outside the box. He just wants to, get bigger. That's what I like about him.
Hey, who is it?
There they are. Hey now, you ain't supposed to be here. You regretting this yet?
When do these Half-Life DLCs take place? Do they take place the same time as Half-Life 1? I gotta play those, but I'm gonna do those probably later in the year because I gotta yeah. I gotta do the Mafia games. Who do you play in those DLCs? Who do you play as in those DLCs? Take out the remaining enemies? Oh, did I? I thought we completed the mission. What remaining enemies? I don't see anything else here. Oh, your posse abandoned the job? Okay. Oh. How much did I hate Micah during the whole story of Red Dead 2? Really hated him. Yeah, I really, really did not like Micah. BioShock and Spec Ops The Lines are both psychological games. I never beat Spec Ops The Line. I know that, the game messes with your head a lot, but BioShock does that a bit too. Opposing force has you play as Corporal Shepard, a Marine. So wait, you're playing as the soldiers? Because aren't those Marines, those evil soldiers in Half-Life 1? That's HECU, right? They're part of the Marines, I think. Play some poker here now. Hey, bro, I seen a new Easter egg in GTA 5 about the Infinity Killer. It's a reference to the TV show Dexter. It's the same killer as GTA 5. Wait, what do you mean Infinity Killer? Where is this exactly, Urban? You don't have to super chat me again, but if you could leave another comment and explain a little bit more. Is this about the guy with the the letter pieces? Is that what you're talking about? Mafia Definitive Edition, Chess. HK G3K M203 non MP5. Ah. Hmm.
You wanna have some fun?
Hmm.
No, thank you.
Oh, that's a real shame. Beats working in a factory. No doubt.
Hello, son.
Heard they found a man hanged himself in his room at the inn.
Ah.
10 and a 5. Huh, not good. These cards.
You look like a feller who knows how to treat a lady.
Nice to have ones.
Which town would you like to live in Red Dead Redemption 2? Blackwater, probably. Yeah, probably Blackwater. Yeah, Ghost of Yote, I'll be playing that when that comes out in, October. Looking forward to that one.
My old tailor closed up shop. Heaven knows where I'll find another as good.
Have to expect it.
Five, 6. I might actually be able to get a straight maybe here.
Is everything
I already got one pair.
well then?
Good as you can be.
That's
Yes,
good.
indeed.
4, 5, 6.
Those new pills leave you feeling mighty queer. You're so right.
Do you gamble in real life? Not really, no. I'm gonna risky here.
Get my own place in a year.
Pair of 8s, pair of 5s, Did you guys like the Ghost of Yote gameplay that they showed? I still gotta watch it later. I know they posted it, but did you guys like it?
Unbelievable.
This place will be the end of us decent folk.
What's wrong, April? Not that much. I know about Lithuania being part of the Commonwealth of Poland, but I don't know much more than that, Adrian.
You got them wolf eyes. I just so love.
The exact same cards.
That's
Again, 5 and 8. Hmm.
I forgive you.
Infinity 8 killer Easter egg in GTA 5, huh?
The other day, I watched two fellas line up for a duel. Draw irons, and then miss.
Yeah, folding. This isn't gonna be good.
It kind of took the wind out of their sails.
Happened before, my dear.
You all on your lonesome?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, but if you change your mind.
Oh my god. 3 kings? 4 kings.
Bien.
No, that's crazy there. The...
Latest shipment is long overdue. The investors are starting to worry.
Yeah, faded they are. His 4 kings were very rare. Very, very rare. Oh, look at this. These cards aren't bad.
I guess you let other parts do the talking. Phew! Is there a line for some of your time?
Do you think there's worse hotels than the Oyo ones? Oh yeah, 100%, yes.
Oh, you flatter me.
I saw a lady on a bicycle, you know. My dear, she took herself right across the road.
Just when I thought I heard it all.
Bon bah.
Okay. I'm gonna win this hand.
These cowboys, I'm tired of them riding through the streets.
I see.
Well, well.
What do you think of Riley and Huey? They're hilarious in the Boondocks.
You hear about that old rancher?
Wow, he went in with those cards, 4 and 5. What was he thinking?
Oh well. Well, so it goes.
What about games like Manhunt 2? Best way to invest money and safely. The safest way to invest money, and the safest possible way to invest money. Oh, do I got 2 8s? I do. And I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not an expert on this. But the 2 safest ways to invest money is a CD. CDs, that is when you can go to the bank and you can let them borrow like a certain amount of your money. And the more you let them money, the more percentage you get back. Typically, you get around 4% back. and it's FDIC insured. So the government will insure you up to like $250,000 on that. So there's virtually no risk with those. The second safest way to invest money is to open up a high yield savings account. Some of them can also give you 4%. So if you have your money in the savings account, you'll get 4% back every year just for having your money in there. 4% for doing nothing. Let's see who folds here. I hope you enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 1. No, I've never been to Ireland.
You look cute tonight. Oh. No doubt.
6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm gonna have to raise my prices. You got that right. Woo. So it goes.
Oh, great. Oh, I got the high straight. Look at that. Oh, yes.
Can't be denied.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yup.
Oh well.
Wow, look at that. Nice. Okay, yeah, we are gonna back out here because we just had a good run. Were you in Ohio? I traveled through Ohio a few times, but I didn't really ever stop in Ohio. Yes, I still gotta do GTA Advance. You were right on that. Okay, guys, so I think I'll probably wrap up the stream here. We're gonna do another stream later today. So today, or because it's already midnight, so later today we'll do another stream. I think I'm gonna play Star Wars Battlefront 2 and then a few other games. But we're gonna do a charity stream later today for Texas. And it's the Texas Central Food Bank that I'll have on the charity stream. I always donate live on my own charity stream, so I do donate also. I'm not a hypocrite in that regard. But we'll do a very fun charity stream tomorrow, and I'll donate live during it as well. And hopefully we can raise some money for the Texas Food Bank. I'm gonna play the 2017 one, I think, yeah. I don't have my Imperial Officer costume, unfortunately. It'll be fun to wear that for the Star Wars Battlefront 2 stream. But I have that at back in my apartment that I wore for my Star Wars Battlefront 2 playthrough. But well, I'll probably just wear my regular, GTA cosplay for that for the stream tomorrow. I will do the Half-Life DLCs probably later this year. That's probably when I'll do them. Are they also good? Around 7? Yeah, around 7 tomorrow. Or today. Today, I shouldn't say tomorrow, today, because it's already past midnight. But yeah, we'll do, Yes, I have. We're gonna do a charity stream for that tomorrow, Jeannie. What microphone do you use for talking? I use the Blue Yeti. Thank you, Zach. What is that, Mystical? Oh well, it is past midnight. So Saturday, Saturday today, because it's already Saturday for me. We're gonna do the charity stream. We'll play Battlefront 2, and then we'll probably play a few other games also during it. But I guess we'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, do drop a like. It does help the channel out a lot. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the stream. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful night.